Welcome back, my dear children of class 9. Today I am going to explain about animal tissues. In the last video I have explained about plant tissues. Now let us learn animal tissues. So before that, let us revise what are tissues. Group of cells specialized for performing a particular function. And then we have also learned plant tissues and animal tissues are different because of their ways of life is different. All that we have learned. So let us come and learn animal tissues. So animal tissues are also different kinds. First kind of tissue or first type of animal tissue is called a epithelial tissue. Epithelial tissue. Then second kind is muscular tissue. Then third is connective tissue, and fourth is nervous tissue. So animal tissues are classified into four types: epithelial tissue, muscular tissue, connective tissue, and nervous tissue. Now let us understand each of them. Epithelial tissue, their general function is protection by covering the body. Outer surface as well as internal organs are lined by epithelial tissue. So their general function is protection. And some more are there, we will learn. So epithelial tissues are classified into squamous epithelium, cuboidal epithelium, columnar epithelium, ciliated epithelium, and glandular epithelium. Each one of them we will study separately. Then muscular tissue is divided into or classified into three different types: striated muscles, then non-striated or unstriated muscles, and third one is cardiac muscles. Why they are called so, we will learn in detail. Then comes to connective tissue. Connective tissues are the major kinds of tissue. There are so many kinds of connective tissues. Okay, they connect, binding, supporting, and transporting is the general function. Here, muscular tissue, movement and locomotion. So these are the muscular tissue. Their function is movement and locomotion. Then connective tissue, as the name indicates, they connect different body parts. So bind the different body parts, support and transport materials from one part of the body to another wherever it is required. So there are different types of connective tissue. So connective tissue is classified into areolar tissue, then supporting tissue, and supporting tissue is again, there are two types: tendons and ligament. So second types of tissue is supporting, and where tendons and ligaments are there. Then third is adipose tissue. Fourth is skeletal tissue, which consists of two kinds again: cartilage and bone. Both make the skeletal system, and they are skeletal tissues. Then comes a fluid connective tissue. There are two kinds of fluid connective tissue: blood and lymph. Okay, so these are the different types of connective tissue. We will learn in detail about all these kinds of tissue. So in this video I will explain epithelial tissue in detail. So come, let's learn epithelial tissue. Okay, this is the simplest tissue. Okay, other tissues are more complicated than they, and they are the covering tissue or protective tissue. See, epi means covering. Epidermis in plants we have learned protect the plant parts. Okay, so similarly in animals it is called a epithelial tissue, covering or protective tissue, that is separated from underlying tissue by a fibrous membrane, basement membrane. So the epithelial tissue rests on a basement membrane. So this is fibrous basement membrane. It separates the epithelial tissues from other underlying tissues. Hence, they always grows on other tissues. Then, epithelial tissues can be simple or stratified. There are two types, simple or stratified, based on the number of layers. And then they are also classified based on the shape. So, based on the number of layers, they are classified into simple epithelial tissue. These tissue, that is simple epithelial tissue, is made up of only one layer of cells, single layer of cells. And stratified, strata means layers, strata of the society. You have heard lower class, middle class, upper class, rich. So that is a society, strata of the society. So here the strata of the epithelial tissue. So when there is different layer, when they are made up of different layers of cells, we call it as stratified epithelium. So based on the number of layers, epithelial tissue is classified into simple tissues and stratified tissue. Now, what are their characteristics? They are also made up of they are also classified based on the shape, which I have told you in the last image. We'll see in detail also. Now, characteristic: they are tightly packed cells and they form a continuous sheet and no intercellular space. They are covering and protective. That is why, like epidermis of the plant, here also this epithelial tissues have they have no intercellular spaces. And where all they are located, some of the organs where they are located: skin, lining of the mouth, blood vessels, alveoli. Alveoli means air sacs in the lungs. Then kidney tubules, which is in the kidney. So all these parts are surrounded internally and externally. They are lined by epithelial tissues. So they offer protection. It covers the organs and cavities. See, our digestive system, it's a cavity we are familiar with. The stomach or esophagus, intestine, they are lined internally by the epithelial tissues. So, cavities inside the body and separate different systems from each other. Different organ systems are separated by or from each other by these epithelial tissues. Now, as it forms the outer layer of skin, it protects the body from drying, injury and infection by microorganisms. That's why every day we are not getting the disease, because our skin is very protective. It doesn't allow microbes to enter into. Okay, so this is because of the one reason is because of the epithelial tissue layer. Okay, so whatever that enters the body or leaves the body must cross at least one layer of the epithelium, squamous epithelium. One kind is squamous epithelium. Then permeability of cells of epithelium is important for exchange of substances. For example, in lung alveoli, we have alveoli are surrounded by blood vessels, and the epithelium of the alveoli as well as the blood vessels they act as a membrane, and exchange of gases takes place. Okay. Now comes to classification. One I already told you, based on the number of layers. The simple epithelium, that is made up of single layer of cells, you can see here, and this is the basement membrane. And the stratified epithelium, see there are many layers of cells. Okay, stratified. So this classification is based on the number of layers. Now based on the shape, epithelial tissues are classified into squamous epithelium, cuboidal epithelium, columnar epithelium. And when cuboidal or columnar epithelium has cilia on top for different purpose, so then called the ciliated epithelium. And some of the squamous epithelium, the cells, epithelial cells secrete certain substances. They are called a glandular epithelium. So with this you can also add a glandular epithelium and ciliated epithelium. So if the columnar epithelial cells are cilia, ciliated columnar, cuboidal epithelium have then ciliated cuboidal, and so on. Then see, simple cuboidal epithelium, simple columnar. This is one layer of cells. This columnar epithelium is made up of one layer of cells. Okay, they are longer and nucleus is at the base. And simple cuboidal. Cuboidal means a cube shape. Maths you have learned about the shapes. Okay, cube or cuboidal shape. So the cuboidal epithelium and column-like. Okay, then they are called a columnar, longer and less wide. They are called a columnar epithelium. So this is simple columnar, simple cuboidal, and simple squamous epithelium. And sometimes squamous epithelium is multi-layered like this. Then it is called a stratified squamous epithelium. Okay, so based on two criteria, one is based on the number of layers, one is based on the shape, the epithelial tissues are classified. Now let us see a bit more details about them. See, this is the squamous epithelium and structure: thin flat cells, thin flat and irregular cells which fit like floor tiles. So like the floor tiles, they form a delicate lining, and they also called a pavement epithelium. And here the nucleus is in the center in each cell. So nuclei are in the center of the cells. Okay, each single cell has a central nucleus. And where they are squamous epithelium is located? In the esophagus, that is a food pipe, lining of the mouth, alveoli of the lungs, and blood vessels. Function: protects the underlying tissue from injury and germs, GERMS, germs. In exchange of gases in lungs and materials between cells and the blood. So this is very important function. Exchange of material between lungs and the blood vessel take place, or tissues and the blood vessels take place through the epithelial wall or epithelial layer. Then comes to the second type, cuboidal epithelium. Cuboidal epithelium, the cells are cuboidal shape or cube shape with round nucleus in the center. See, these are the individual cells and the nucleus is in the center. Present in kidney tubules, duct of salivary glands in the mouth for secreting saliva when we eat food. So ducts of salivary glands, etc., they are present. Cuboidal epithelium is present, and which gives mechanical support, and at times the epithelial tissue falls, form a gland. This is what I was telling. At times they secrete substances, okay, important substances. So that is, then if the epithelial tissue is modified for secreting substances, then they are called the glandular epithelia or glandular epithelium. Gland means for secreting, the cells which is secreting certain substances. Okay, for example, salivary gland which secrete the saliva. Like that, many digestive enzymes are secreted. Gastric glands are there. These are all modification of the epithelial cell. So when the epithelial cells are modified for secreting substances, that is called a glandular epithelium. Glandular epithelium. Okay, so this is about the cuboidal epithelium. Now come to the third type, columnar epithelium, column-like. Here the cells are taller. Okay, cells tall and less wide. Okay, pillar-like appearance. See, this is pillar-like cells placed side by side, and here nucleus is situated in the base. See, here it is in the center, here it is in the center, but in columnar epithelium the nucleus is situated at the base. Okay, and inner lining of the intestine, where they are present? Inner lining of the intestine, in the respiratory tract. In the respiratory tract, these cells are cilia, as I told you, hair-like projections. This is for movement of substances. Move and push the mucus to clear it. So when the symbol is when the columnar epithelium has cilia, it is called a ciliated epithelium. That is for pushing the substances or movement of substances. It helps. Then helps in absorption, excretion and secretion. Okay, absorption of substances, excretion of waste or some materials, and secretion of substances. So this is the columnar epithelium. And then comes the fourth kind, squamous epithelium, having many layers, which is called the stratified epithelium. Better please see the spelling stratified, S-T-R-A-T-I-F-I-E-D hona chahiye, not striated, stratified epithelium. And where is the squamous flat cells arranged in many layers to prevent wear and tear of the parts. And this lower side is the basement membrane. Okay, so squamous flat cells arranged in many layers. Okay, so squamous epithelium is simple as well as stratified. Skin, it is present to prevent wear and tear. Then tongue, it is present, esophagus and lining of the esophagus as well as lining of the mouth. Then protection, prevent wear and tear. So these are the different kinds of epithelial cells and their structure, location and function. Please make these notes in your notebook. Thank you very much. This is all about this video. I hope you have understood. Please like, share and subscribe the video if you like it. Thank you.